Close your eyes for a moment. Don't think about your to-do list, your worries, or even who you are. Just feel yourself. Feel the weight of your body, the subtle rise and fall of your chest, the gentle pulse in your wrist. Wiggle your fingers. Now take a deep breath. Really notice that breath. It's easy to take these things for granted, these fundamental acts of being. But each one is a hidden miracle, a testament to the incredible complexity that resides within you. You are quite simply a walking, talking universe. We rarely pause to consider the sheer audacity of our existence. We move, we think, we live, powered by an intricate symphony of systems working in perfect, often unnoticed harmony. You are more complex, more astonishing than you can possibly imagine. Consider this. If you stretched out all your intestines, they'd span the height of a 3-story building. Over a lifetime, you'll produce enough saliva to fill an entire swimming pool. And every single year, you shed almost a kilogram of dead skin cells, more than 50 kilograms over your lifetime, tiny fragments of you drifting into the world, feeding microscopic ecosystems. This isn't just biology. It's a breathtaking story of self-renewal, of resilience, of pure, unadulterated life. And it's a story we're only beginning to understand. I want to invite you on a journey inward, to explore the world within. We'll navigate this inner landscape together through the twin disciplines of anatomy and physiology. Anatomy is the map. It reveals what your body is, the precise arrangement of its parts. Physiology is the story. It explains how those parts work together, how they orchestrate the miracle of life. One defines the structure, the other the function. Together, they illuminate the science of us. It's a complicated science, I won't lie to you. It requires learning new terms, drawing from chemistry, physics, even a little bit of history. But this isn't about memorizing lists of bones or reciting the steps of digestion. This is about something far more profound. It's about understanding why you are alive right now, how you came to be, how illness disrupts this delicate balance, and how your body fights to recover. It's about the fundamental questions that have captivated humanity for centuries: death, sex, eating, sleeping, even the very act of thinking. All of these, everything, can be understood through the lens of anatomy and physiology. If I do my job well, you won't just leave this course knowing how your body works, from a handshake to a heart attack. You'll begin to appreciate that you are more than the sum of your parts. You'll glimpse the elegant, interconnected web of life that makes you, you. But understanding the body hasn't always been easy or straightforward. For a long time, it was shrouded in taboo and secrecy. For centuries, the dissection of human bodies was forbidden in many cultures. Our knowledge grew slowly, often through ethically challenging means. Think about Galen, a brilliant 2nd century Greek physician who, barred from dissecting humans, meticulously studied the anatomy of pigs, extrapolating what he could to the human form. Or Leonardo da Vinci, the Renaissance genius, who secretly dissected corpses, creating exquisitely detailed anatomical drawings until the Pope intervened. It wasn't until the 17th and 18th centuries that anatomical dissection became more accepted, albeit still tightly regulated. These dissections were so captivating, so popular, that they became public events, attended by artists like Michelangelo and Rembrandt, eager to understand the human form. Imagine the scene: a crowded theater, the hushed anticipation as a skilled anatomist unveiled the layers of the human body. But this fascination came at a cost. The demand for cadavers fueled a dark trade, grave robbing. It wasn't until 1832, with the passage of the Anatomy Act in Britain, that a more ethical supply of bodies, those of executed murderers, became available for study. Today, thankfully, the study of anatomy is conducted with respect and ethical consideration. Students still learn through hands-on dissection, but now with the consent of those who have generously donated their bodies to science, a truly selfless act. These educational cadavers allow us to explore the inner workings of the human body in a way that was unimaginable just a few centuries ago. And what have all these bodies, living and deceased, revealed? One fundamental truth: form follows function. The way something is built dictates what it can do. Blood flows in one direction through the heart because of its valves. Bones are strong and rigid, providing support and protection. This principle, known as the complementarity of structure and function, applies at every level of organization, from the smallest atom to the entire organism. And it all starts with the building blocks of life, atoms. You are essentially a magnificent collection of atoms, about 7 octillion of them to be precise. Thankfully, we've already explored the basics of chemistry in another course, so you can refer back to that knowledge when we delve into the atomic level. But atoms aren't enough. They combine to form molecules, which then assemble into cells, the smallest units of living matter. Cells come in a dazzling array of shapes and sizes, each uniquely suited to its specific purpose. Consider the red blood cell, a tiny disc about 5 micrometers across. Now compare that to a motor neuron, a nerve cell that can stretch for a full meter, running from your big toe to your spine. Cells rarely work in isolation. They group together with similar cells to form tissues, muscle tissue, nervous tissue, connective tissue, and more. Tissues, in turn, combine to form organs, the heart, lungs, liver, skin, each performing specific functions to keep the body running smoothly. Organs don't exist in vacuums either. They cooperate to form organ systems. Think of your digestive system, the liver, stomach, and intestines working in concert to transform a burrito into energy and waste. And finally, all these levels of organization converge to create the complete organism. You, me, your dog, complex, interconnected beings sustained by constant activity. But life isn't just about structure, it's about balance. This incredible ability to maintain stable internal conditions, despite constant external changes, is called homeostasis. It's the cornerstone of survival. You need the right amount of water, nutrients, oxygen, and a stable body temperature. You need efficient waste removal and consistent blood pressure. All these factors must remain within a narrow range to maintain the delicate equilibrium that sustains life. Ultimately, death isn't simply a cessation of life, it's the ultimate failure of homeostasis. Organ failure, hypothermia, suffocation, starvation, dehydration, all lead to the same endpoint by disrupting the internal balance that keeps your body functioning. Consider a severe injury, like a severed arm. Without immediate medical intervention, you would bleed to death. But what does that really mean? It means a drastic drop in blood pressure, preventing oxygen delivery to your cells. The actual cause of death isn't the loss of the arm itself, it's the loss of homeostasis. You can live without an arm, but you cannot live without blood pressure. Because without blood, cells starve for oxygen, and without oxygen, they can't generate energy and life ceases. With so many interconnected parts, we need a precise language to describe the body and its functions. A doctor can't tell a surgeon, the patient has an achy belly. They need to be specific to provide a detailed verbal map. That's where anatomical terminology comes in. Over time, anatomists have developed a standardized set of directional terms to describe the location of body parts relative to each other. Imagine a person standing upright, facing forward, arms at their sides, palms facing forward. This is the anatomical position, our reference point. Now, imagine slicing that person into sections, planes. The sagittal plane divides the body into left and right. A plane parallel to the sagittal but off to the side is a parasagittal plane. The coronal or frontal plane splits the body into front and back. And the transverse or horizontal plane divides the body top to bottom. We also distinguish between the axial and appendicular parts of the body. The axial parts, head, neck, and trunk, lie along the central axis. The appendicular parts, arms and legs, attach to the axis. Anterior refers to the front of the body, posterior to the back. Your eyes are anterior, your spine is posterior. Superior means towards the head, inferior means towards the feet. Medial describes structures closer to the midline. Lateral describes those farther away. And finally, proximal means closer to the point of attachment, while distal means farther away. Let me test your understanding. Imagine I'm enjoying a delicious club sandwich, a purely hypothetical scenario, of course. Distracted by its deliciousness, I accidentally swallow a toothpick. A fragment lodges somewhere inside me. My doctor takes an X-ray and says, "Surgery is needed." How would she describe the location of that toothpick to the surgeon? She might say, along the medial line, posterior to the heart, anterior to the vertebra, inferior to the collarbone but superior to the stomach. That would give the surgeon a precise location to begin the search in the esophagus, just above the stomach. I warned you, there are a lot of terms. But these terms aren't just academic exercises. They could save your life. And with that, we reach the end of our first lesson. Today, you learned that anatomy studies the structure of the body, while physiology explains how those structures function. We explored the core principles of complementarity of structure and function, the hierarchy of organization, and the importance of homeostasis. And we wrapped it all up with a primer on anatomical terminology, all thanks to a rogue toothpick. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And a special thank you to our Subbable subscribers, whose support makes Crash Course available to everyone, everywhere. To become a supporter and help us continue to create free, accessible education, please visit Subbable.com. This episode was written by Kathleen Yale, edited by Blake DePastino, and expertly guided by our consultant, Dr. Brandon Jackson. Our director and editor is Nicholas Jenkins. The script supervisor is Valerie Barr. The sound design is by Michael LaRonda, and the graphics team is Thought Cafe. But more than just remembering terms, I want you to remember this. You are an incredible, complex, and resilient being. Take a moment right now to appreciate the intricate machinery that keeps you alive, to marvel at the hidden wonders within. Because understanding your body isn't just about science, it's about appreciating the extraordinary miracle of being you.